Hi everybody, welcome to Muttering with Mule, the weekly talk show in which I talk about games, movies and any other shite that comes into my head. If you enjoy what you hear or see, then please be sure to subscribe to me on my YouTube channel and to check me out on SoundCloud as well. I still have problems saying that, SoundCloud. If you're listening to me on SoundCloud and you like what you hear, then please be sure to hit me a follow. You can also check me out on Twitter at GamingMule88 and Facebook at GamingMule88 as well, so be sure to check those out. Now, today, we're at a bit of an impasse this week on Muttering with Mule because I really couldn't think of anything that I really wanted to talk about this week. I mean, normally I have like an idea of what I'm going to talk about. For example, last week we talked about award season at the movies, I've talked about Blade Runner, I've talked about my opinions on Steam Greenlight, I've talked about all kinds of things, and normally I get some inspiration in the week of what I'm going to talk about, but literally I've had nothing to think of this week, and I've been racking my brains trying to think of what I wanted to talk about. And nothing, genuinely nothing has come to me. So we are going to do what the name of this show says, and I am just going to have a mutter for however long I can mutter for. I'm just going to basically talk about what's been going on with me this week, what I've been doing gaming wise, what I've been doing movie wise, and just kind of how the channel's going and what's going on in general with me and the Gaming Mule channel. So this week, in fact, you remember last week I was talking about my Oculus being fucked. It still is fucked, and that is the technical term for it. I've been in contact with Oculus customer support quite a bit, and they have been very helpful, and thankfully they are going to issue me with a brand new unit, which is fantastic. Now the only issue is that I've got to send this thing off myself. Let me grab the box actually. So if you've seen my unboxing video before, you can see it's quite a hefty box, the Oculus. And I've got to send that off to UPS. Now, I don't really know how UPS works, especially with the fact that I live in the UK. They're going to pay for it, you know, they're going to pay for the postage and everything like that, but I need to get in contact with UPS and see if they can pick it up, and yeah, that's something that I need to do. But I don't know what they'll do, whether or not they'll pick it up, whether or not I have to take it to them. Another annoying thing is that they've told me that I can't just send it as that box. I need to put it in another box, and I don't have a box that big. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass, I have to admit. But overall, they were very, very helpful. And like I say, they are just going to completely replace the whole unit. Quite frankly, I think that all they need to do is replace the cable on it, because I think it's an issue with the HDMI lead, the HDMI part of it. I don't know how well you can see this, but yeah, you probably can't see it. Well, you won't be able to see it very well, but basically that part of the cable is, there's a few bits. Sorry, it's not that part. Yeah, no, it is that part. Yeah, you definitely can't see it. I can barely see it, but it looks like one of the pins has come loose. So, frankly, I think they could have just sent me another cable and saved, you know, me and them a load of ball ache. But you know, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, and I'm going to get a completely new unit. The sad thing is that means I need to send off my Xbox One controller as well, which is probably the thing that I've used the most out of the Oculus box, is just the Xbox One controller. I use it for all sorts of things. I've been using it for GTA 5 online. I play that loads. I've been using it to play Resident Evil. So once I get this thing sent off, I'm going to have to put Resident Evil on hiatus for a bit, because I don't think it works very well with a mouse and keyboard. As I understand it, I believe that there was recently a Steam update where you can just plug your PlayStation controller in. I might test that after we've finished recording this episode. If that's the case, then that's great, and my Resident Evil playthrough can continue while we wait for that. Once I get that sent off and they receive it, then apparently it takes 8 to 12 days for me to receive my new unit. And that's going to be great once I do receive it, because I really want to start doing Elite Dangerous videos again, whether it's like Let's Play videos or it's live streams. I'm probably going to go down the live stream route with Elite Dangerous Horizons, because you can do so much, like spend so much time on Elite and kind of achieve very little. So save me having to edit loads and loads of footage from Elite Dangerous recordings, I think I'll just stream it and then you guys can enjoy it and, you know, and join in the fun. Although obviously with me being in VR, I won't be able to see the comments as much, but it's still a lot of fun, and I refuse to play that game in anything other than VR now, because it's just the best VR experience I've had so far. I've not done much with the Oculus. There's not many games that I've played on the Oculus. But Elite Dangerous is definitely by far the best experience. And it's just fantastic. The other games that I have played on VR are games like Lucky's Tale, which comes with the Oculus. That's like a platform game, kind of reminiscent of like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. That is brilliant. That is a great game. Even though it's not like first person, which you kind of imagine that you would do in most VR games, and that's how you get the full VR experience. But just playing a platform game where you can kind of look around and look behind you and stuff, it feels like you're there, kind of in with the action. Lucky's Tale is brilliant. I can't really recommend that enough. Other than that, I've just kind of done the VR like experiences, which just, a lot of them are like short movies and just like tech demos really. They're good for demonstrating what VR can do, but they're not games, and they're not as immersive as like Elite Dangerous. And there was another one that I've got called Boogeyman, which I got on Halloween because it was cheap, and that's just jump scares. It does scare the absolute shit out of you. I'll be quite frank, the menu at the start is you're like in a house and you have to go through certain doors for certain options, like new game, options, things like that. And I was walking through the door for new game, and when you open it, this thing like jumps out at you, and I was just like, fuck this shit, took it off. No, I'm not playing this game right now. It was really late at night as well. I was like, no, you can fuck off for that shit. I downloaded another one called Dread Halls, which was very well received as far as I'm aware. I saw a review of that on the Angry Joe show. Angry Joe did an angry review of it, and he said it was fantastic. And generally, overall, things that Angry Joe says I kind of agree with. I think we kind of have the same taste and the same rating of games. Most of the things that he says I generally agree with. So that's kind of my experiences in VR so far. Yeah. I mean, obviously you're kind of hindered in what you can do in VR with the Oculus. Obviously most people's choices when they go for VR is either the HTC Vive when it comes to PC gaming, or PlayStation VR. I have tried PlayStation VR with the Move controllers, and it is good. It is good. I really wish I could play Resident Evil in VR on the PC, but because it's a timed exclusive to the PlayStation, I can't do that. But that's, you know, I think at the minute the PlayStation VR is going very strong. I think it's got some great potential. But once everything else kind of catches up, then I think it'll be okay. Obviously with the HTC Vive you get the controllers in that, but the room mapping takes a bit longer to set up than it does with an Oculus. With an Oculus, all you have is, you can't really see it, is this one sensor. You can have multiple sensors, but just for the basic package you just have this one sensor, you just plug it into your computer and away you go. Whereas with the Vive you have to kind of put it up in the two corners of your room, and it does room mapping. and it seems like a bit of a pain, if I'm going to be honest with you. And that's one of the reasons why I went for the Oculus. Another reason why I went for the Oculus is because that seems to be more geared at like sat down gaming as to stood up, moving around a room. That's something I'm not really too fussed about. I'm a lazy fucker. I like to be sat on my arse playing games, even if it is in VR. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I went for the VR, for the Oculus. But the Oculus Touch is out now, the touch controllers are out, and that comes with an additional one of these sensors. So that adds a bit more room mapping as well. And obviously you get the controllers as well. It's about £200, so it is a lot of money. So it does, I think with the Oculus and the controllers, that probably brings it up to being more expensive than the Vive. But it's good in some other ways, I think, because you can buy the Oculus for whatever it was. I think it was £600, £500, £600, something like that. And then, so if you can't afford the full package at the time, at least you get one thing that you can experience, and then you've got a little bit longer to wait to save up some money so that you can get the touch controllers, which is basically what I'm doing. So once I get my new Oculus headsets, once I've got a bit of money saved up, I'm awful at saving money, by the way. It could be years until I've got 200 quid to spend. But yeah, once I've got that 200 quid, then I'll get the touch controllers as well. I'm hoping to be streaming and recording some more virtual reality stuff as well. I would quite like to show you like Dread Halls. That's one, I haven't actually played Dread Halls yet, and that's one of the reasons that I haven't played it, is because I would really like to be able to stream it or record it. And I need to figure out how to do that. Recording VR is a bit of a fucking pain in the ass. The only reason that I've managed to do Elite Dangerous is because I've managed to tweak the settings so that I can record it in the way that I would normally record gameplay with other games. But with other games in VR, that seems like it's going to be difficult. The reason behind that is because I can get Elite Dangerous to show on my monitor while I'm playing in VR in full screen, and then I can record it very easily, whereas everything else is in windowed mode, and it's quite a small window on the monitor, and that makes it a lot more difficult to record, and especially if I want it to be in like a high resolution. I mean, I prefer to record in 1080p when I'm recording from my PC, so that's going to be difficult with something that's in windowed mode. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but yeah, so that's what's happening with my Oculus and my VR at the minute, and the plans that I have for the future with VR. So yeah, that's that. What else would I like to talk about today? This really does hold to the name Muttering with Mule. I am literally I haven't planned anything today. I'm just sat here talking bollocks. So yeah, what's going on with the channel at the minute? Well, I was doing a playthrough of Blade Runner. I am going to finish that off. If any of you have been watching that and are wondering what's going on with that, I am going to finish that off. That kind of took a backbench when Resident Evil 7 came out. That's really the only thing that I'm like recording a let's play for at the minute, and I really want to finish that. I recorded episode 5 yesterday, which was a lot of fun. I did die quite a few times though, but I'm having an absolute blast with that game. That is, it's just great to have some just kind of different for a change. I mean, I know it can be argued that you know, we've seen that thing before with Outlast and PT and Alien Isolation and Amnesia, but for me, I really think it's very different, and it is something new, and it's really refreshing as well with the Resident Evil franchise, because I fizzled out with Resident Evil a long time ago. I only really played the first one. I've seen people play the second and third one, and I know that they are quite similar to the first one with regards to gameplay and just kind of the general feel of the games. And as I understand it, Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6 were very, very different, particularly like Resident Evil 6, which as far as I'm aware was just like an action shooter instead of more of a survival horror game. So I think it's great that they've definitely gone back to their roots in Resident Evil, but they've also made it first person, which genuinely I think adds a different level of terror to the game. And there is, if you watch my videos, parts where I absolutely shite myself in that game. It's so good though, I absolutely love it. The graphics are pretty good, the voice acting's good. It's just, it's got a great feel to it, like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of a Thousand Corpses type feel to it. It's not just like a zombie game. It's not zombies, well, so far where I'm at the minute, there isn't any zombies in it at all. You've got the Baker family, which I suppose, seen as so far you can't kill them, maybe they are like zombies. But then you've got like the black sludgy things that come out of the walls and the floor. They're shit your pants scary as well. But I suppose they're kind of like zombies, but it's a bit different. And I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. I really am. It's one of the best things I've played so far this year. But saying that, I haven't actually played that much so far this year. You may remember a little while ago I did a Final Fantasy 15 stream. I'm only up to chapter 3 in Final Fantasy 15. I really need to find the time to play it, but I've just got, you know, I've said before, it's quite hard to do this when you have a job, a partner, a house, just general life kind of. I don't want to use the word gets in the way, because it's life. You know, it doesn't get in the way. Life is good, you know, seeing family and everything like that. But juggling a normal lifestyle is very difficult, as well as trying to do all of this YouTube bollocks. But yeah, it's great. And I've kind of missed the point of what I was trying to say there. Yeah, that's it. I've just got so many games to play at the minute. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. I really want to get back into that. I don't know whether I'm going to stream or record that or anything like that, or I might just leave that for me. Yesterday I did a live stream of Arkham Asylum on the collaboration channel, DayDreamer Gaming. I played about 2.5 hours of that, and that was great. I'm just going to stream the whole of my playthrough of Arkham Asylum on DayDreamer Gaming. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to check out DayDreamer Gaming. You'll find a link to that on the homepage of my YouTube channel, be in the related channels section. We do loads of great content on the DayDreamer Gaming channel. We stream pretty much every day, and it's a bunch of guys, and we also do the odd group stream every now and then. Last Friday, we had an excellent Rocket League group stream, and that's something that we're looking to do a lot more of now, is the group streams, because they are so much fun. And I would like to think that they're probably good for you guys to watch. I imagine they probably would be. So yeah, there's Arkham Asylum, which I'm playing at the minute as well. I've signed up for Humble Bundle as well. That's something that I've been thinking about for a long time, but the reason I went for it actually is because if you signed up this month, it's $12, so that works about £9. Yeah, it's $12, and immediately you get Total War Warhammer, which is something I've been keeping my eye on for a little while now, but it's quite expensive. It's £40, I believe, on Steam, and for $12 on Humble Bundle you get it, and then you'll also get your $12 worth of normal games that you would normally get at the start of March sometime. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Humble Bundle is sort of like Loot Crate. You may have seen my Loot Crate unboxings. I've been doing them for quite a while now, nearly a year now. And yeah, Humble Bundle's kind of like that, only it's just Steam keys basically. Every month, Humble Bundle send you a load of Steam keys, and it's just, you know, everybody gets the same thing, but it's just kind of a random bunch of games. And in the past they've had some great games on there, like last month I think they had XCOM 2 on there, A few other things. In the past, I think I've seen Mad Max on there, like the latest one that came out like alongside Fury Road, and and like you get loads of indie games on there as well. And from what I can tell, like these are quality indie games, not your steaming hot Steam shits that I've talked about before that manage to just wheedle their way through fucking Steam Greenlight. As from what I've heard today, actually, I was just kind of flicking through some gaming news, is that they're actually finally getting rid of Steam Greenlight, but they're going to replace it with something else. I'm not sure of the details. Maybe that's something I'll talk about another time. I did want to do a follow-up of my first kind of proper Muttering with Mule episode when I talk about steaming hot Steam shit. I do want to do a follow-up to that episode at some point, but there's a few things that I want to prepare first. That's why I'm not doing that today. Because there's a few things that I want to prepare for that. What else has been going on? I'm still kind of doing awards season at the movies. I've only been to the movies once in the past week. We went to go and see Gold with Matthew McConaughey. All right. With Matthew McConaughey. That's kind of it's kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street style movie. Basically, Matthew McConaughey is like an heir to like a gold prospecting business, and they fall on hard times after he inherits it, and he's basically looking for gold, and he teams up with another chap, and they find gold, and they become rich, and then all kinds of shit happens. You've probably seen this kind of movie before. You know, they get rich. You know, they party, they drink, they take drugs, although I don't think there is any drug taking in this film actually. And then they lose their partners, and it all goes to shit, and then they all have to bring it back, and then it's all blah blah blah. Won't go into any spoilers, but overall I did enjoy it. I'm not sure that the reviews were great on it, but personally I thought it was a great film. I did want to talk about it last week in my awards season video, but I didn't get the chance to see it before I recorded that. In fact, if you were listening to that or watching that video last week on Thursday when I uploaded it, I was probably at the cinema as you were listening to me then. Because I do my recordings on a Tuesday, ready to put out on a Thursday. So yeah, I recorded that on the Tuesday, released it on the Thursday, and as soon as I uploaded it and published it, that's when I went to the cinema to go and see Gold. So that's great. But I'll continue to go and watch the award season movies. There's a few more that I want to go and see. So I might do another follow up to the award season episode. There's some that I've missed, like I haven't seen La La Land. I did have the chance to go and see that, but that isn't something that really kind of appeals to me, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like Hollywood romance, it's not really my thing, but I'm kind of in two minds now, because I think if I'm going to watch as many award season movies as I can, this appears to be like one of the biggest that's going to win a lot of awards. I think it won a lot of awards in the BAFTAs. I missed the BAFTAs. I should have friggin' watched it. So I probably should watch it. So I may still go and watch La La Land, but I'm not sure how much I'll enjoy it. Yes. And I just to be clear, I will not be going to see the new 50 Shades of Grey movie, 50 Shades Darker, whatever the fuck it's called. I ain't good. Jesus, no, I'm not going to go and see that bollocks. So if you're looking for a review of 50 Shades Darker or opinions of 50 Shades Darker, don't come to me. Well, if you want my opinion on it, it just sounds awful. And from what I've heard, the books are awful, the films are awful, but because it was kind of something a bit different, lots of ladies kind of jumped on it just to see what it was like. And any women that I have spoken to, generally, who read a lot of novels and stuff like that, have basically said that it's an interesting story, but it is written awfully, and it is an awfully written book. But yeah, that's all I'll say on that matter. What else can I talk about? I don't think there's anything else I can talk about gaming wise. So I've talked about Blade Runner, I've talked about Resident Evil. I want to make a return to Retro Toys with Mule. I have not done a Retro Toys with Mule video for ages. And that's what got me a lot of my subscribers at the start when the channel started. And I've got lots that I want to show you, especially because if you've seen my Retro Toys with Mule videos in the past, the reason that I've done them is because I've basically kind of cleared some stuff out of my mum and dad's house, and I just basically go, because they've kept a lot of my old toys and stuff like that. So I go through my old toys and I think, oh, it'd be quite good to do a video on that. So I did like the Star Wars Millennium Falcon Micro Machines, I did the Bespin Cloud City one, I did my Metal Gear Solid toys, I did the Mighty Max toys. They were the most recent ones, the Mighty Max ones. And particularly the Millennium Falcon Micro Machines one, that's like one of the highest viewed videos I have on my channel. So I want to return to that. And as it so happens, my mum and dad are actually moving out of their house very soon. They're moving into a bungalow because they're getting on a bit, bless them. And so I am literally having to clear out everything from my mum and dad's house now. So I'll show you some of the things on here that I'm probably going to be talking about very soon. I've got quite a few things for us to get through. Apologies if you're listening to this on SoundCloud, but I'm going to describe them, so it's fine. But I'll just grab them for the camera. So you can see if any of these kind of things will interest you, and if you're into your retro toys, then you know you may want to hit me a sub. So yeah, the first one that I'm going to be doing, because this is probably one of the best ones, is I'm going to be doing a Retro Toys with Mule on Action Men. Action Man is, I don't know if you had Action Man in the States. I think Action Man was like the British equivalent of G.I. Joe. I think we did have G.I. Joe in the UK, but I don't think it was it definitely wasn't as popular as Action Man. And I've got some of the ones from like the 90s here, and I've still got them boxed, like properly boxed as well. My mum was kind enough when she was like packing things up to like actually box things back up, kind of as they were when they were in the shop. And while these have been opened, they genuinely look like you're buying them off the shelf again. So this is Ninja Warrior Action Man. So I'm looking forward to doing a video on that. A little bit later, after that, it was almost like revamped. Because Action Man always looked the same, he always had like the same facial features and stuff. So you had Ninja Warrior Action Man, and all the other Action Men at the time still had the same face and everything like that. But then a little while afterwards they changed it to this. See, the box is slightly different. Like the boxes were the same. Like, so at the time this was out, all the boxes were the same, but they just had the different picture and the different Action Man in them. And then a bit later you had this one. So this is like the Skydiver Action Man. That's pretty cool. But you also had Action Man's arch enemy that was Dr. X. There's Dr. X. So that came out at the same time as this one. So as you can see, they're basically in the same box. And they're great. You know, these have been well played with and stuff, and I think it's just great that I still have them in these boxes. So there's that. What else do we have? We've got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutations. Don't know how well you can see that. I've got a bit of reflection there. I haven't got all the stuff for this. I haven't got all the accessories. I must have some. I don't know if I still have all of the accessories, but there's Donatello with a pizza. What else have we got? That was from the 90s as well. Most of my toys are from the 90s because I grew up in the 90s. We've got Robot B9 from Lost in Space. He hasn't got any batteries in him, so I can't demonstrate the noises. But there's that. And then finally, we have the remote control Megazord. Now you may be thinking, Sam, or Mule even, you've already done a Megazord unboxing video. When you did the Legacy Deluxe Megazord unboxing video. This is true. However, this is different. This one isn't the deluxe one because you can't assemble it. It comes already assembled, but it's remote controlled. And you can move it around, and it's also got a microphone in it, so you can talk and you can be like, Megazord activated, and yeah, and it's got lights and stuff as well. I remember when I got this for Christmas one year. I wanted the deluxe Megazord, and I got this instead, and I was really upset. And I was like, I told Mum and Dad, you got the wrong one, but they still didn't get me one. So then, when I turned 28, I bought that. I had to wait until I was 28 years old to get the Megazord that I wanted. So yeah, that's that. I've got Lego as well. I've been wanting to do some Lego videos as well. I just kind of wanted to show off the Lego and then build it and just kind of speed it up a bit. Maybe I could do a Muttering with Mule video where I just generally build it at a normal pace and then just talk bollocks over that. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, if that's something that you think would be good, then please let me know in the comments. Because I really want to do some Lego videos, but I'm not too sure how to do them. Yeah, it's something I need to think about. But I've got a few other things as well that I want to do. I've got a few things back there as well. I've got loads of toys that I want to do. I just haven't got around to it. So much to do. So much I want to show you guys for my channel. So little time. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with the channel at the minute. I apologise that I didn't just kind of stick to one topic this week. I know I call this a topical show, but I really had no inspiration this week. There hasn't really been anything in like gaming news or movie news that I've wanted to talk about. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope that this has been okay for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Muttering with Mule. Hopefully next week we'll have something a bit more structured and whatnot. But yeah, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to me on SoundCloud, then be sure to follow. And as I said at the start of the episode, please be sure to check me out on Twitter and Facebook as well for updates, and I'll let you know when I'm doing streams and things like that. Oh, one thing that I should also mention is that I am currently doing a giveaway on my YouTube channel as well. I am currently giving away a copy of Fallout 4 Steelbook on PS4. This will be open until the 28th of February. Just have to check out my channel trailer and it will let you know what you need to do. But to summarise, all you need to do is go onto that video, you need to share it on Twitter or Facebook and tag me in it so that I know that you've done it. You need to subscribe to my channel and you need to comment on that video. That is all you need to do to be in with a chance of winning Fallout 4 Steelbook on PS4. And if I reach 125 subscribers by the 28th of February, I shall also throw in a Fallout Daubs Power Armor figure. So be sure to check that out. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I've been Gaming Mule and I'll speak to you again next week. Take care now. Bye bye.